Come on. Are you going to come up? Huh? Make up your mind. Come here. Come on. Come on. There you go. Did I disturb your nap? I'm sorry. Oh boy, what an eventful day. Oh, it is Ground Hog Day. Hi Trish. How you doing? See, it's Groundhog Day. It's Super Bowl day, which I don't know about you, but I could care less about Super Bowl. But my son is into it this year because his team is playing in it. So, oh, how's it over your way, Trish? Here it is 52 degrees, sunny, and windy. I had thoughts of doing the live stream in the barn, seeing if my Wi-Fi was strong enough. But with this wind, there was no way because it would have been blowing right through the barn. So it's like, guess we're back upstairs in my room. Well, this is going to be a short one anyway because I need to take advantage of the weather. I am so close to getting that fence done. 75 and sunny. Oh, that's nice. Man, that's tank top weather. Hopefully the bugs aren't out yet. I don't know about you. Well, Trish, I think you follow me on Instagram. Yeah, wouldn't it be nice? Did you see my daffodils? I posted a picture of the daffodils coming up. Well, I've got daffodils with buds on them. And I need to get out there today and see if they're actually in bloom. Oh, yes, I know. If it wasn't for the bugs, then, summer wouldn't be so bad. And I actually even, bugs don't bother me unless they're going to bite me. If they're going to bite me, I don't like them, So, Angel's over here trying to take a nap. Wash your tail, Angel. She's like, she's enjoying that it's warm up here on the second floor. Oh, we have daffodils all over the place. I didn't do anything last year because I wanted to see what came up. Last spring was our first spring here. And I had daffodils blooming in places that I had no clue that there would even be any daffodils. I mean, they are very plentiful. So, some of them are fine where they are, and some of them, well, I'm sorry, but they are going to be in the way. Especially in the stone flower bed down just below the cabin. Someone say daffodils. Hi, Michigan daffodil. Yep. We're talking about the daffodils. I've got daffodils peeking up, and I even have a few bunches that have that have buds on them. And I would not be surprised if they bloom today or tomorrow. It's going to be that warm here. But then it's going to get cold again. And we're even going to have some freezing temperatures overnight. So, I don't know. I was talking to the extension office because I missed the... hi, Mary. I caught someone who actually popped in right away. Yes, it is leap year. I noticed that. Yeah, I was talking to the guy in the extension office because I missed the best time to seed around here for your pasture is generally in October. I missed it because we got freezing temperatures right after that. And that was because we had to run my son to so many doctor's appointments. I just ran out of time. we'll see if I can Michigan daffodil. I really don't know. I'm really busting myself here trying to get this fence done. And I'll touch more on that in a few minutes. But anyway, so he was telling me that because I missed it, there's certain things I can plant. See, I don't have a driller, so I would have to direct seed, and so that's not as efficient. But he said if you direct seed in February, because we still have some freeze and thaw going on, that will help to set the seed in close enough into the ground that it should grow fairly well. It won't be as good as if it was drilled in, but barter them. My problem is having the time to dig them up. I wanted to transplant some of them, and I just never got around to it. Yes, Jeff does. He's got a lot of flowers. And I wish I could get some daylilies from him. But you know what? Right now, flowers are the least of my concerns. So I need to order seed so I can sow my pastures. I've got the fence almost done for the lower pasture. I've got 4 out of the 5 lines run all the way along the driveway and down towards and stopped at the creek. I'd have to cross the creek where I stopped. Then I was going to run the top line, which is tape, and I've got it like halfway between the beginning and the creek, maybe a little bit better than halfway. And I was just going to start running that when it started to rain. So I stopped running the line. I figured, well, I'll get it today. So I'll do that, and hopefully I can get across the creek and then back around. And if I don't get it hooked up today, I should be able to get it hooked up tomorrow. And then I can let the goats out, hopefully, before it starts raining. And they won't want to be out in the rain. Thanks, Trish. I don't know if you can hear the wind blowing out there. That's my flag rubbing up against the roof. Michigan, I would never have guessed that you were obsessed with daffodils. I really wouldn't. Oh. Anyway. So I've got so I'm hoping I can get the pasture seeded and this month and the fence done so I can let the goats out. Now, I got something in the works. It's going to be a surprise. Something may be happening next weekend. If not next weekend, it'll be the following weekend. So it all depends on something. But there's something in the works. And I think y'all will be surprised. And we'll see. Of course, if you follow me on Instagram, you will probably know before anybody on YouTube. Because I'll take a picture. But yeah, I've got it's in the works. It is going to happen. It's just a matter of the timing. So, and I'm hoping within the next 2 weeks. So anyway, so that's another push for the pasture. Oops, maybe I said too much. So anyway, I don't know if anybody's been has anybody been watching the Big Bear Homestead? They are on calf watch. Thank you, Trish. Yeah, I always forget to tell people that. Yeah, my Instagram is Mother Many Horses. It's just, see, I don't have to plug it in when I go on my Instagram account. It just goes there automatically. I don't have to think about it. And even my YouTube, I don't have to think about it too much either. It's there. So yeah, so I got to get the fence done, and then I got to get the bridge done. And it's a toss up between getting the bridge built or working on a beefed up outdoor shower. So it's both of those projects are kind of like in the works. And I do have some good news this week. Remember when Prepster Bob was here and somebody asked about the running water? I forget who it was that asked in the live chat. And he said that I was working with a cost share program. Well, I got my letter on Friday. I was approved for the cost share program. So hopefully now I've got a year to get the project done. Okay. Hopefully I don't have to wait a whole year for it to be done, but we're getting close. The cost share program, it's 25-75 split. In other words, I'm responsible for 25% of the cost out of my pocket. I got to pay for it up front, the whole thing, but I'll get 75% of it back. So, and they are, the conservation office is doing some of the legwork for me. I don't know how much legwork I will still have to do once they do their thing. But I was like, I am really, that will help me out so much. Because it really, when you have to siphon water out of rain barrels, fill jugs, and then you got to pour jugs into a pot to warm water up for washing myself, washing dishes, doing laundry. Well, a lot of times we go in town to do laundry, especially this time of year. Even though I have a small wash machine, because it's just the water freezes and stuff like that. And it's also, you got to worry about freezing temperatures. You know, I have to keep tabs on the temperatures because if it's going to be, a significant amount of time, a couple of days where it's frozen, I have to make sure all the jugs are full and in the house. Okay. And that's what we use for our washing is the rainwater. So with the rainwater catchment system, that's what we're looking to put in. I'll have a better storage system, and I can run lines underground, and so I won't have to worry about freezing. I can set up a pump so I can pump the water to wherever I have to go, including into the house. That will be so wonderful. I'm so, we've been, how long has it? It'll be 2 years in August, or September 1st, I guess, is when we actually officially moved onto the property. 2 years in September that we will have been here without running water. I don't know for sure what the cost will be. They have allowed, I left the letter downstairs, I'm sorry, but it's just shy of $2,000 is what they have allowed for it. So now that, I don't know that they were necessarily looking at a pumping system. They're looking at the gutters and a storage tank for sure. Now, because their mindset is that it's for erosion prevention and also to use for livestock. I don't think in their idea of thinking it's going to be for my personal use, but it will be. Okay. So if they can handle the storage tank and the gutters and the system of the pipes for going to the storage system, that is like 3/4 of the battle. Okay. And maybe it'll even handle hydrants, because I like to have a couple of hydrants strategically placed on the property. At least one down by the barn, possibly one up by the house, and maybe another one over by in the area where I'm going to be building a goat barn. It will be so much help. I have had a on-demand hot water heater, electric one, installed in here from the beginning when he installed the electric. And it's just been sitting there. It's not been turned on. He turned it on long enough to make sure that there's power. There's power. Shut the breaker off. It hasn't been on since. So I've been boiling water in a pot, instead of using that. It will be a game changer for me. I will be able to more easily keep up with cleaning. I won't have to run to town to do laundry. It'll be a time saver, if nothing else. So, a lot of times we take things for granted. Having running water in this country, we take it for granted, don't we? And, I've been able to make do. And I have, and I'm not the only one who's ever done that. Mrs. B was telling me that while they were building their current house there up in Wisconsin, I had to think for a minute. Knew it began with a W. That's how she did her dishes, until they had it built. Well, it took me a little bit longer, I think, but still. What boring old hag gives credit to Ground Hog's Day? Okay, yeah. Yeah. Keep an eye on that one, Trish. Yeah. You got to put something in the title. YouTube requires it. Good going, Trish. He might have just been, fooling. I don't know. So long as they don't get too gross or too vulgar, whatever. But yeah, I figure why not? Groundhog Day is Groundhog Day. It's entertaining, So anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, the water thing. So yeah, it's going to be awesome. And I think I told you, I think I pretty much got the goat barn. I think I'm going to put it down the hill, I think. Of course, then again, I could change my mind again. Good going, Trish. I'm a little slow at times. I get busy talking and I'm not really paying attention. I'm going out for 5-ish days. Oh, yeah. Oh, 3 of us and 2 indoor pets. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, not having that water, it really is. It's tough. We're so spoiled here, aren't we? And then all of a sudden we don't have it. And, and I teased, I texted my family about what's going on. And I had a cousin that said, was your water missing? And my sister texted back that, the only way I have it running water is if somebody fills a jug and runs with it. But I also have a creek. The creek is running. So I guess I do have running water. And I have a hand pump in the well. But I'm very seriously considering, Deep South Homestead did a review of the Allure Pure, a filter system for water. I'm seriously considering getting that. It's a little cheaper than the Berkey, and I was even considering getting the Berkey, but the Allure is cheaper, and you only have to put 1 filter in. You can put more if you want. But with rainwater, it's not like it's got a lot of stuff in it, So if I have it, I have a filter system for getting, particulates out. But for anything else, there's no fluoride in it. There's no chlorine. if there's any kind of chemicals in it, it's just be, if there's anything in the air during a rain, just before a rainstorm, we would get that, but there wouldn't be that much. So I'm thinking that, the one of those purification things would probably last a little bit longer with using rainwater. That's in theory anyway. I mean, I know there's not going to be any minerals in it, which could be not such a good thing, because you do need minerals in your body, but maybe I'll get enough out of my diet. Who knows? Something to think about anyway. So I got to watch the time, because I really do have to go work on fence while the sun is shining. Yeah, okay. So what we talked about, my good news, my letter, and the fence, and a surprise coming in a week or two. If anybody has any questions, by all means, pipe up here. Heard of one. I think it's called a Berkey or something like that. Yeah, the Berkey. It's very pricey. That's a very expensive one. And it's just mainly for drinking water and cooking water, And I mean, we've been buying bottled water from Walmart even before we moved down here, because the well water up where we were living, for the town we lived in, was contaminated. So we were buying drinking water, yeah, I didn't buy one for years. I've been buying all this bottled water, and at Walmart it's 80 cents a gallon. So I was going to do the math to figure out how long it would take me to for it to pay for itself, because I'm trying to think. Of course, we use more water in the summer, and I try to cook things that don't require a lot of water, so that way I'm not using a lot of water for cooking. Before, during, until I got home from church. Now it's like, oh no. Well, at least you got to, feel the sun on your face, at least for a little while. Yeah, we're supposed to have sun all the way through to tomorrow. And then Tuesday, it's supposed to, I think later in the day, it's supposed to it's supposed to rain. And is it Tuesday or Wednesday? One of those days, it's supposed to get really warm, but then the next day it's supposed to get cold again. So, see, 40 cents at my local grocery store. Oh, I don't know. Is that those blue bottles with the narrow necks, Trish? Because I've seen those, but I don't know anything about them. I don't know how much they cost, but 40 cents a gallon, that's not bad. I think is it like a 3 or 4 or 5 gallon jug? I've seen them. I should probably look into it, but if the allure is cost effective, I haven't completely decided yet. I'm still thinking about it. One thing I did get, I ordered, I don't know how many of you watch Arms Family Homestead, and he had, what do you call it? A shepherd's crook that has a narrow hook on one end and a big hook on the other end. And he got it from Premier One, and I ordered one of those. I looked at the different things that they had and read the reviews. I was going to get the aluminum one, but they said that the aluminum is not as sturdy as it used to be, and that it was bending. It's like, okay, if I'm going to put the money out, I want it to last. So I went ahead and I ordered the shepherd's crook from Premier One, because I need to check these goats, their what's it called, Lamacha score, where you got to check the color of their eyelids to make sure they're not getting wormy. And I'm concerned about that, because they've been in that small pen for a lot longer than I had planned on having them in there. It's just taken me this long to get that fence up. So it's like, and to try and catch them stresses them out. I can catch the kid, the baby I can catch. He's not a problem. He's a He's a trip and a half. He is. um, those are 5-gallon. Okay. Buy the 1-gallon jugs of spring water. Then when they are empty, I just take them back and refill. Yeah, the cap would be important. I have to check them out and see if they have it. I've seen those things at Walmart. I have to see what their setup is. I've never heard of anybody getting the 1-gallon jugs refilled. Because we buy, every time we go to Walmart, I think we buy like 6 to 8 gallons. And that will do us 1 to 2 weeks, depending on, how hard I'm working or what I'm cooking. Yeah, I can see where that would be heavy. I can, like, I've got the 5-gallon buckets that I've lugged in. I mean, you can't fill them with water and carry them because they spill out. So I figure maybe about 4 gallons of water maximum I can carry in a bucket. But I mean, I can handle the weight. 5 gallons of water. That might be pushing my limits. I mean, I can carry a 50-pound bag of feed. I mean, you learn, you build the muscles, So, like I said before to somebody, that I've had people offer to load my feed into my truck at Tractor Supply or any other feed store, But the thing is that they won't come home with me and unload it. So I figure, I got to load it. I got to be able to lift the thing. So folks are so good. Yeah. I used to do that before the Self-Reliant Roadshow helped switch out our pressure tank. Water is good now. That's good. Yeah. And I think he was willing to help me with my water situation, but I was trying to get as much bang for my buck as I could, which is why I went through the one program with my barn. And because I went through them with my barn, I saved money, and I was able to put that money towards fencing. And with this, I'll get the water going, and depending on what's needed, it'll either go towards breeding stock, or more fencing, or finishing the interior of the cabin. It kind of depends on what is more pressing at the time. But I'll know better as time progresses. I'm doing what I can as I can with what I have at the moment. And I don't know, was it on here? The gift that Lindy sent, the isn't that awful? Oh, what's it? I can't think of what it's called. The come along. Because she sent that, I was going to fence in the one pasture over here where the goat barn is going to be, with cattle panel type things, okay? Because it was something that I would be able to handle. I wouldn't have to worry about stretching. But since she sent me the come along, I can now stretch fence. So that is what I'm looking into, getting the woven wire fence for that area, because now I can stretch it. I know how to build a fence stretcher. So, just get some bolts and some wood and hook up the come along, and you're good to go. You don't need a tractor. Tractor is a little bit easier, but I can't get a tractor back in there. Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's still Self-Reliant Roadshows. They're good guys. They're good people. I really enjoyed their visit here. He was very helpful. and not necessarily with hammer and nails, even though she took care of the roof of the guineas for me. But words of encouragement and information that I needed. I mean, I wish that he had been able to stay here a little bit longer so I could pick his brain a little bit more. That was my only regret. I really would have loved to have been able to pick his brain more. But I guess I have to pick somebody else's brain. Because I don't know it all. I'm still learning, Yeah, there's some things I do know, and I've been able to pick up, with different experiences I've had and YouTube. And, I'm constantly looking and watching and listening and just trying to add to my skill level, So, but, that's what's going on. Anyway, I guess it's been half an hour. I know I usually stay on here for about an hour, but I really do have to get back out to the fence while the sun is shining. With this bad weather coming in that later this week, I would really like to be able to get those goats out of that small paddock so that they can enjoy some running around and eating what little browses there is out there right now. But I figure tomorrow there may be some more popping up. I know he won't mind, Michigan Daffodil. I just don't like to bother him because I know he's busy with, dealing with everybody else right now. So he's a very busy man. I don't like to bother people. That's, I guess, I don't know, maybe that's a flaw of mine. I don't know. Not daily or 3 to 4 times a week. Yeah. I have sent him some texts, like I let him know about the letter I got approving me for the call share program, and there was something. Oh yeah, I sent him a picture of when my shop blew over. But I sent him some good news too. But I don't constantly bug him about it. Just give him little tidbits of news, and that's it. Because I know he's busy. So, But anyway, okay, I have got to go and work on fence. Thank you all for showing up. Enjoy the sunshine if you got sunshine, because who knows how long it's going to be here. And I'm sorry for you people that are still suffering with snow. I'm so sorry. But spring will come. I promise you. Spring will come. All right. I will talk to you all later. Hopefully I'll have another video for you this week. And if you follow me on Instagram, you'll find out what the surprise is. So I'll talk to you all later.